now we're here with the band Hexxus from Alabama. And so you guys did you guys come here specifically to play Mutants of the Monster Festival? And have y'all played Little Rock before?
Yeah, we played Little Rock several times and Liverfest a few times, and it was specific to come to this just to play this show.
That's awesome. So what is it about this event and this town that made you guys want to come play here?
Every time we've played here, it almost turns into like a family reunion. We've said it like Little Rock is our second home because of how receptive the people are and how well we're treated and just the vibes and everything. Like, we really have an affinity and love for Little Rock. It's our favorite place, like in the lower 48.
So is it like, the bands like Wake and Paul Bear and Deadbird and stuff that got y'all into it, or like?
I mean, them of course because they're amazing, but there's Sea Hag and Samokum and Crankbait and color Design. God, you guys have the gambit of just amazing bands across so many different genres.
I know, that's what I love. Color Design played night one of Mutants, and it was just absolutely incredible.
I wish they would have played tonight because I fucking love that band.
So as far as your music goes, I noticed it's very like heavy. Like, what kind of do you guys do any like super duper like double drop A tunings, or like how do y'all because you have two bass players, and so how does that dynamic work as far as tuning goes?
Our tuning's one I invented, guitar wise, but it doesn't really apply to them that much because of the 4 strings. But it's a weird drone string tuning, and it works good with two bass players. This is kind of a new thing. Justin couldn't do a couple of tours, and Lyle filled in. And Lyle, who's lifelong friends with Matt and Justin, and has always been a good close friend of the band, he was such a good fit on that tour that we didn't want to lose him. He was like, "Fuck, let's do 2 bass players," and it's just we started writing as a 2 bass player band, and it's just worked really well.
So as when you're playing, do you guys have defined roles, you play rhythm and he or one of you does more lead stuff, or y'all playing the same notes, or how does that work as far as your
Justin's more of the pedal wizard. He does all the fun weird noises and all that kind of shit you hear. I pretty much just stay grounded the whole time. Yeah, he's a mad scientist of that.
The best way to explain it is Lyle's the anchor. He holds a lot of root notes and really sinks in with Matt. And where Justin, when we were a 3-piece, was the anchor, but he couldn't really push his experimentation and his wizardry because he had to hold the low end down. It's allowed him, which has made our sound expand and change, because Lyle now is the anchor, and he can open him up to do more stuff.
Yeah, kind of experiment more, because I have been in some more weird bands. Actually, Lyle played drums in an old band of mine for a little while, so we all know each other very, very well. And back to the Little Rock thing, Wake is very dear to us. So.
Oh, hell yeah, he's got a Wake tattoo. That is so badass.
As far as heavy bands go, Wake is the singular one we all 4 agree on, as, I fucking love that band. Me and him love Neurosis. Matt really doesn't care for Neurosis type stuff. But Wake is universal across the 4 of us as a heavy band. Yeah, they're huge to us.
Wait, which one of y'all doesn't like Neurosis?
Not that I don't like Neurosis. I just come from a different musical background. I was more into indie rock and hardcore and stuff like that.
So what kind of bands and stuff
Well, I got a Thursday tattoo on my chest. So.
I love Thursday.
Yeah, they're awesome.
One of Matt's bands.
Yeah, Terror. I made the shirt, Terror. Yeah.
That's
Terror
awesome.
hardcore.
Hell yeah. So you guys, do y'all listen to a lot of the music that sounds like your stuff, or do y'all listen to a lot of different?
Universally, we probably listen as individuals to more hip hop than anything.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot, yeah.
Huh? That's awesome. It's cool how, you can be compelled to play heavy music without, necessarily being inspired to play heavy music because of it or whatever.
We really, when we started, didn't have a goal or sound per se. It's just get into the jam room and see what happens, and it kind of just turned into bludgeoning, detuned bludgeoning, and we just rolled with it. But yeah, one of the biggest influences on my guitar playing and songwriting for this band is a band I introduced these guys to called Boys Life. They were a Kansas City emo band from the mid-90s. And if you really break down our music to its core, take away the weird detuned guitar shit and all the layers of gain and all the experimentation with effects pedals and just make it, rock and roll, that's what those elements are. We just take that style like Boys Life, detune it, slow it down a little bit, and add a bazillion layers of distortion and delay pedals.
Bulldozer emo.
Yeah, that's what we call it, bulldozer emo.
Bulldozer emo. That is such a badass description.
It's not angry music. It is not angry in the least bit.
Don't be mistaken.
It's probably the saddest shit you could listen to, but you can't, because of this incoherent screaming, you have no idea what we're saying. But there's nothing angry or hateful or anything. It's all personal, especially about loss and death of loved ones.
And so, as far as your lyrics go, when you're writing sad songs, I'm sure it reminds you of the things that inspired you when you're playing them. Does it make you sad when you're playing those songs, or is it the atmosphere, the adrenaline kind of keeps it pumping?
I channel it forward. It gives a vibe, I feel, with the four of us, and an intensity that if we were just playing, your typical I'm mad at this type stuff, wouldn't be there. There's enough I'm angry bands out there. What are you angry about? You live with your mom. Shut up.
Well, guys, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome, and thank you for coming to town and playing for us. Y'all are so badass, and we hope to see y'all again. And
Back, always.
And check out Hexxus, Bulldozer emo, the coolest genre, the coolest sound. These guys are so badass. All right.